Banana is your ancestor? No, seriously. But that's just one question in today's acid quiz. Welcome to Rabbittholes, a show with 6 questions, 2 nerds, 1 word, and countless stories. From DNA and evolution to Bollywood, the Beatles, Pokémon, and some very questionable chemistries. This episode goes places we were not expecting. And the word for today, the sixth episode after a long time, is acid, which was chosen by our friend, a guest podcaster, in the last episode. So that was quite a challenge to work around that word, that's for sure.
Totally, man. I mean, I have spent more hours framing this quiz than probably all the quizzes put together till now because it's a very interesting word, but I didn't want to make it too bookish or theoretical or something. Wanted to keep it
Right.
meaty and juicy. So it was tough, but I hope I have done a fair job.
Awesome. Can't wait to see what you've come up with. So why don't you go ahead and start with the first question of the day?
Okay, let me start off this time. Awesome. All right. Welcome to Rabbit Hole Season 1, Episode 6 on acid, a very generic yet specific topic. So, the first category that I have chosen for acid prompt is this. Here's your question one. Designed by pop artists Peter Blake and Jan Hayworth, this is the rough sketch of which 1967 album cover. So here you can see the cover. It's a rough sketch. So you can see some people here, and there is something that's written here, which I have hidden, of course, because that's a giveaway clue. And then there is Peter Blake's sign and the year 1967. So you need to tell me which album cover is this the rough sketch of.
Interesting. Okay. So thinking of all the album covers for the nice rock bands, it looks like people are standing on a wall, but Pink Floyd's wall wasn't it doesn't have people on the cover. It seems like someone is sleeping there. Is that right?
Here on the right, right?
In the bottom.
Yeah. So in the actual, like the final album cover, there is someone kind of in a slanting position, slightly tilted position, which will make you think
Mhm.
that they're sleeping. But yeah, you're right. Like it's not a standing upright position of that person or that character.
I think I'll need a hint because all I'm thinking of
Sure.
is the wall, the yellow submarine. So I don't think
Okay.
those are it.
It's not the yellow submarine, but that's a good guess, and you're very close with the yellow submarine.
Mhm.
So, first clue I'd give you is that think about why would I have chosen this question for the topic of acid. So, one thing is because this album is considered to be like the foundation and a great influence on psychedelic rock genre or the acid rock genre. That kind of became a rage in the late 1960s, early 70s. So this is that album. Hence, it connects to acid in that way. Uh, and hint number two is whatever you said. You were very close with Yellow Submarine, so you kind of got the band correct. So if you know any other uh, album cover of that band,
It seems like these episodes aren't complete with a mention of Beatles or Star Wars.
yeah, I think
You've
it's
kept
like
the
that.
streak alive.
The Fight Club trivia that every scene has Starbucks coffee. So every episode of Rabbit Holes has a Beatles reference somewhere there.
So, what other Beatles album do I know? Uh,
Yeah.
is it Strawberry Fields Forever, or is that a song?
I think that's a song, uh, but it's not Strawberry Fields Forever. It contains a military rank title in the name of
Oh,
the title.
okay, okay. Now that you said that, is it Sergeant
Yeah.
Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club?
And you're spot on. Well done. You cracked it
Nice.
perfectly. It's Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club
Ah,
Band. That's your answer one. And you can see what a lovely album cover it is, like full of amazing, amazing characters. And one of my favorite albums ever. And now you can see here this uh, character is here like in a slightly sleeping position. So yeah, I mean, this is the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, very influential for propagating and promoting acid rock or the psychedelic rock
oh.
genre in in the 1960s and 70s. Uh, this concept of Sergeant Pepper's band was conceived by Paul McCartney, and they wanted to adopt alter egos and different band creations, and hence it led to the creation of this Sergeant Pepper's band. This image, by the way, of Sergeant Pepper. So basically, there's a Sergeant Pepper character, and his image was actually adopted and based on a real life person who was Major General James Melvin Babington. So that's the real life Major General, and he was the inspiration behind the Sergeant Pepper's image. So what I wanted to do with you is, in the rabbit hole version of this question, is to do a Sergeant Pepper's bingo, which means I wanted you to guess as many people in this album cover as you can, and let's see how many of them you get it right. So I'll just
Okay.
give you a clearer image, and I will also open the list on my phone. And yeah, let's
Okay. Okay. So I'll start off with the front four. Those are the Beatles band members.
no points for
Is
guessing
that
there.
right?
That is
Correct.
100% on point.
And on the left of them, are they the younger versions of themselves? The
Are
ones in the
they the
black
younger
suit?
versions of themselves? Which is these four, right? No, they're not the younger versions of themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They seem very much like them. Okay. I see Marilyn Monroe to the extreme right.
Wait, these four. Yeah, you're right. They are the Beatles in wax.
Yeah.
You're right. They are the Beatles in wax. So you
Okay.
get the first, you get two consecutive ones. And then you said,
Okay.
where is Marilyn Monroe?
The lady to the extreme right.
The lady to the extreme right. Marilyn Monroe is there in the picture, but that's not her.
That's not her. Okay.
That's not her.
Is there so it has to be the face that is poking
Here.
right in the middle? That one. Yeah.
Yep, you're absolutely correct. That is any more
Alright,
you got.
that's Marilyn Monroe. Then I think Nikola Tesla is right up there at the top.
Well, he might look
This
like
one.
Tesla, this guy, but he's not Tesla. He's actually uh, the poet of the famous poem Raven.
Oh, this is the one who writes very dark poems, right?
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, yeah,
Edgar
okay.
Allan Poe.
That I thought I saw him somewhere. Is that
Any more?
Churchill
There are
next
at
to
least
him?
two which are like very easy and low hanging fruits for you.
Okay, is that Churchill next to him?
This one?
No, the other one, the other side.
Oh, it's not Churchill. It's a famous psychologist.
Oh, Nietzsche.
Not Nietzsche.
Okay, I'll just gonna say Young and
Okay,
stop
go
there.
to someone else. Okay, this is Carl Jung.
Carl Jung, yeah.
Carl Jung. Yeah. You should definitely
Yeah.
get
The one on that one. Is that Karl Marx?
100% correct. That is Karl Marx. You should also get this person.
That one I do.
He will make you an offer you cannot refuse.
Is what Marlon Brando?
Yes, that is Marlon Brando.
Oh, damn. Okay. Is that a Amex card face in the middle there?
Which one?
Like on the top left.
Top left.
Left.
This guy.
Yeah. One below that. It looks like a photo on their American dollar bill.
Okay. No, this person is he's Mr. Peel. He's some police pioneer.
Okay.
I think one more you can get definitely is. Oh yeah, this one. 1 second. This one.
That looks like Charlie Chaplin.
Not Chaplin.
Then without mustache or with mustache is he Hitler?
So these two are like a combo. Like they are a duo. This guy and this guy. So you know them.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Not Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, Tom.
Something else.
No,
like
what Hardy Boys?
Yeah.
No, what are they?
Not Hardy Boys, but I know what you're.
I know what you're shocking.
It's Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those guys. So, and I think one last you can for sure get is maybe this guy. Like very distinctive attire there.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, he looks like Oscar from The Office.
So this guy is Lawrence of Arabia, T. Lawrence.
Oh,
Oh, and also there is
nice.
only one contemporary of the Beatles here, and which is this person, which who has a
Okay.
very distinctive voice. So you know who he is. He's not from Rolling Stones, but he has a reference to Rolling Stone in a song. This is Bob Dylan, like a
Uh,
Rolling
okay.
Stone. That's yeah. So yeah, I think that's the
Okay.
whole list. I think it's a
Wow.
very wow, very uh, amazing list of people and characters. This was again shortlisted by Paul McCartney and the guys who designed this. So one other interesting thing I found about this is there are three prominent characters slash people slash entities that were discarded and out. One was Gandhi because they thought that it will create a controversy in India if you print Gandhi on some album cover. Second one was Hitler, though though Blake, who's the designer, says that Hitler is there somewhere hidden uh, in between, like, behind the folks, so but not prominently visible. Last one
Mhm.
is Jesus Christ. So there is a reference to this. Basically, in 1966, there was an interview where John Lennon quoted saying, I have become more popular than Jesus." So
Whoa.
that
Okay.
became quite a controversial and viral statement back then.
Mm,
So then they avoided putting Jesus Christ as well. And one more thing that, again, the next rabbit hole I went into was where have we seen or heard about such varied list of people? And you know, my mind went to "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel. So, and I
yeah.
was no, again, Padaman off. I was uh, listening to it on my way to office today. So then you know you have your Harry Truman, Doris Day, and Joe
Doris
DiMaggio,
Day
and it's
at
like a full
China
list.
Johnny Day. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. A wonderful song and a list of people and activities and events, uh, from the time on Earth. So what I did was I asked ChatGPT which are the characters that overlap between Sergeant Pepper's and
Oh,
We Didn't Start the Fire. Like I just wanted to know that. So it actually is.
nice.
It's a quite interesting list. So there are six characters or people that overlap. So there's Monroe, Marilyn Monroe. There's Bob Dylan. There's Albert Einstein here, by the way. Albert Einstein is
Oh,
here.
fair.
Yeah, I will tell you where. There's Marlon Brando. There's Sonny Liston, this guy,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then there's T.E. Lawrence. That's the Lawrence of Arabia.
Hmm.
So these are the six people who overlap between We Didn't Start the Fire and Sergeant Pepper's. So interesting. I'll tell you where Albert Einstein is. Just a moment. Albert Einstein is 56, which is. Da, da, da. Yeah, it's. Oh, you see this guy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is Albert. Yeah. Wow. No wonder we couldn't locate him.
Wow.
But yeah, that was my first question. And sorry. Yeah, let me show you this. So this is how you. So this is generally the way you find out who's who on Sergeant Pepper's cover. And this was a very fun activity that people involved themselves in back then. So you have these maps, and you keep doing the Sergeant
Nice.
Pepper's bingo. Who's on there? Who's not there? So there's Aldous Huxley of Brave New World. There is
Nice.
Oscar Wilde. Uh, there are a couple of
Fred
Indian gurus
Astaire.
on there. Yeah, Mahavatar Babaji and Shri Yukteswar, because Beatles were
Mm, yeah.
so much into in Indian spirituality. There's Dr. Livingstone, I presume. There's GB Shaw. Uh, yeah, there's Lewis Carroll. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful cover and
Wow.
such an interesting album trivia that I got from Acid by the way.
That's insane. Like these people were genuinely the most creative people out there, I feel. Like who does this in their album cover? And look at what we have
Yeah.
now.
Yep. So so much more interesting back then. And Paul McCartney itself was involved in this, and he has some sketches drawn. So yeah, a lot
Mhm.
of thought was given into the album covers and the lyrics, and not just music.
That's insane. But on the We Didn't Start the Fire, I think we should have a 2000s to 2010 version now. Someone should come
Yeah.
up with it.
Yeah. I think
There's
no
so
one
much that has
post
happened.
2000s there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll move to my first question. If
And I am completely spellbound. Wow. What a cover.
well, well, you went to psychedelic first, and I designed this in a psychedelic way because I didn't go to psychedelic at all. But basically, what I want to do here is question number one for you on the topic of acid is I look, I connected the prompt acid to DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acid. And also it led me down to one of the fundas we discussed in our previous episodes, which is briefly touched upon the weird ancestries that people have or like the animals and flora fauna have with the olden times. So the first one is something that we discussed previously. So can you guess who is the surprising ancestor that is related to T-Rex? That is a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Sure. But I mean, again, before I go into that, I loving how you've connected acid to DNA. And I'm sure not a lot of people know the full form of DNA or what it means. So well done there. Nice connect. And very interesting question. So let's roll with it. T-Rex. I think we touched upon this last time that, and I was surprised back then as well that you told that they're connected to chickens. So I think
Yes.
going with chickens.
Yes.
Awesome.
So this entire slide is a rabbit hole in itself because this is what I basically wanted to play with you as a first question. There are such surprising things, right? Like now when you see how dinosaurs are depicted in media, you see them with scales and reptilian-like features. But now, in recent news, it's been said that dinosaurs might have had wings and feathers because the scales on the dinosaur body are like chicken legs and they are almost like a 90% match with dinosaurs. So the closest living relatives are chickens. That was like a one very surprising fact.
Too good.
Okay,
I mean,
moving. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I was saying it would have been interesting to order T-Rex wings at KFC, but alas. Alas.
Well, we can still give them ideas. We can still give them ideas. Hey, KFC, if you ever do that, we want credits. Okay, moving to the second one is whales. So the animal which lives in the ocean. I'll give you like a hint, not like a hint, but think in the animal kingdom and something which might surprise you. Let me just begin with that for starters.
Okay, something that might surprise me. Whales are largest mammals, so I'm gonna go with. No, I think some of the things that are coming to my head can be truly stupid. I feel, but let me take a shot. Like apes or
okay, not apes, not
monkeys?
apes. Not apes or monkeys. It is a water-loving mammal, just like a whale, but like it also has like a girth, like just what a whale is known for. A very similar characteristics. A very ferocious mouth, like a jaw. The jaw bones are very strong. Same characteristics.
Hippo.
Yes.
Nice.
Whales and hippos are very, very closely matched in the DNA circle. And yeah, I mean, whatever I just said, gave as a hint was one of the rabbit holes that I went down into as to, wow, okay, so hippos also love to blow off, through their blowhole, the waters that they are in, and they come up on land. Whales do the same thing, don't go too deep into the water. And these are all the behavioral side of things. But at the DNA level, also, it matters a lot. The next one is very interesting. So for humans, I found that there are many close matches DNA wise, but here are the most interesting one. The first one is something that we all know that humans have descended from. So take your shot.
These could be apes or like Homo sapiens.
So Homo sapiens is humans only, but when you said apes, that is not the right answer because apes is a different family, a different genus, if I'm like using the word correctly. We have common DNA ancestry with some other primates, let's say that. And there are two of them that we are very closely connected to.
Chimpanzees?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
So chimpanzees and bonobos. So they are our closest DNA-wise ancestors in the hierarchy of the Earth. What else? The second one is interesting because once we got to know about this similarity, it has led to a lot of medical advancements in the world.
Wow. Can you tell me like the family or the genus or some clue as to
Uh,
what this ancestor looks like? Or
okay, right. So think in terms of what I just said, right? Like when we found out that this particular thing had DNA common with humans, our rate of producing medical miracles skyrocketed.
okay, so when you say that, I am thinking that they try medicine on lab rats. So are these rats? I don't.
Okay, yeah, you're close by, so I'll give it to you. This is
Oh my,
mice.
so
Yeah,
nice.
so a generic term mice, but guinea pigs more precisely have a lot more common and a lot more immunities just like humans, and a lot more disease prone behaviors just like humans, which makes them an ideal test case scenario for our all the injections and all the remedies that we come up with, and that is how we progressed. The third one that humans are very similar to is completely out of the left field. It does not move. It does not. It's a living thing, but it does not move or anything. It's you can say it's a fruit. So what fruit are we talking about?
Wow, that describes me. I'm a living thing who hardly moves, but I'm not a fruit. Okay, why fruit? That has thrown me off so bad.
That was the point of this question.
I mean, watermelons. I don't know. It seems
No,
funny.
no, not watermelons.
Okay. But the
Well,
answer is some fruit or no?
answer is some fruit. Answer is some fruit. Before
Okay.
you start listing off, I'll give you a hint so that you can narrow down. Um, we commonly use this fruit um, in association with human males.
Okay, what? What? Which fruit do men use? Mm, Bananas?
Yes,
Oh, what? My God. My ancestor is a
it is.
banana. Wow. Yeah.
TIL, yes. So you have a lot of DNA in common with a banana. I don't know how they are using this knowledge out in the world currently, but yeah, that is how it rolls. And the last one, which is cabbage, kale, broccoli, Brussels, cauliflower, and kohlrabi, which they all seem very similar and connected to each other, but they have an ancestor which does not resemble them at all, but is very commonly grown throughout the earth. Right. So when scientists found this out, and this is one of the most, if you ask, go to a biologist and ask him one fun fact about, DNA ancestors, this is probably the fact that they will give you. This is such a thing. So, take a shot. I might narrow it down later.
Okay. Again, wild guess. Is it like cotton?
Not cotton, but okay. It's how can I give you a hint?
Is it edible?
It is edible. It is edible in many forms, actually.
Sugarcane?
Not sugarcane, but good try. It's edible as a spice and as an oil also. That should narrow
Mustard.
some. Yes.
Wow.
So all of these are related to mustards, and there was a genus back in the history of Earth, which we now know as wild mustard. They found out that they all branched out evolutionary from that wild strain of mustard. And even today, a mustard is very closely genetically related to all of these: cabbage, kale, broccoli. When you think about broccoli and cauliflower, they do seem related, right? But they are different
Yeah.
strains. Same thing with kale and kohlrabi. But all of these are genetically very similar, and obviously because of that, they are in the same genus. But the mustard is the progenitor of this all. That's how they spread across the world, I guess.
Dude, what an interesting question. I had no clue about any of these, but it's so fascinating to use the hook of acid to deep down into these things. Fantastic. Loved it. Loved guessing them
Yeah,
and loved the overall like surprising factors. Couldn't have imagined.
absolutely.
Super, super stuff. Cool. I think
Oof.
we have covered two very interesting topics in acid, and I'm sure like the next four questions are also going to be super fun. So let me share my screen for my
Yes.
second question. My set is entirely around movies, music, and series. So all pop culture
Nope.
related stuff.
Let's go.
Let's go to question number two, which is this. So recently, Kulshan Devaya posted this in on his Instagram. So you need to tell me which characters are Kulshan Devaya and Irva Trivedi dressed as. So there are two characters, very famous dresses and looks. So who is he dressed as and who is she dressed as?
Okay. Wow, this is very interesting. I don't know how it is connected to acid, but I take a
Exactly.
guess. Is it Shah Rukh Khan and Rani Mukherjee from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai?
So you're right on one front. This is Shah Rukh Khan or
Shah Rukh Khan
Rahul from
and Kajol then.
Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. It's actually the characters are not related to each other, or they're not from the same movie or franchise. They're two different characters
Oh,
completely. Yeah. So you got one
okay.
part of it that this is Rahul or Shah Rukh Khan's character from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. But more importantly, who is she dressed as?
Who is
Which
she
connects to
dressed
the
as?
theme of the quiz that is acid. That's your clue.
Wow, is this a Bollywood movie which feels like an acid trip when you watch it?
Yes, I guess. But it also quite literally connects to the word acid.
Quite literally connects to the word acid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, one
No, I
hint I
think I
can
need
give
a
you is
hint.
for this character, there are numbers involved in something that she's very well known for.
Numbers in what?
Yeah.
Is it
Timeline is
Stranger Things?
19. Sorry, what?
Is it Stranger Things? 11.
No,
No,
not
no.
11 from Stranger Things. This was the strangest thing, rather, not even stranger thing. This is a 1988 movie. The character that this movie
Whoa,
is
okay.
based off is from the 1988 movie.
Wow, how did you come to this image? That's insane. I'm drawing a blank, honestly.
Okay.
Can't think of anything.
Uh, okay. What is acid called in Hindi or Urdu also?
Is it Tezab?
You're right. It's called Teza. So this is
Whoa.
Mohini from Teza, that Madhuri Dixit's character. Ek Do Teen was the clue I was trying to give you. The song that she famously danced on and it became
Oh my
so
God.
popular.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah, they
Would
dressed
never
up
have
as
guessed
these
this.
characters. Yeah, so I wanted to connect something to Tezab, and then he posted. In fact, this was just 2-3 days ago that he posted this. So it was like, oh,
Nice.
I wanted to ask something on Tezab, and here it is, right in front of. So this is an
Damn,
iconic
that's
look of
insane.
Madhuri Dixit. Yeah. So and then not a lot of rabbit holes around this, but there are some interesting things I found out that this was uh, the movie where Anil Kapoor won the best actor for Filmfare for best actor. Ek Do Teen was also it became so iconic that it got remade into another song which was featured in the movie Bagi 2, which Shreya Ghoshal sung. Uh, Madhuri became like an instant household name, and so many girls wanted to dress up like her and dance like her back then. So that's back connect to Teza. And then I started to do a trip on this thing. So basically, then I
You
started to
mean
think,
an acid trip?
yeah, you can call it that. So I was like,
Huh.
wait, what are some other acid references in Bollywood movies or songs? So then I remembered this line from Three Idiots song where he says, concentrated H2SO4 ne pura bachpan jalada. And I'm like, wow, that's such a specific thing to quote from science. Yeah. So then I started reading about H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid, right? So I came across this that there is something called a Pirahana solution treatment. So
Yes,
basically, when you mix H2SO4, that is a sulfuric acid, and you mix hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2,
peroxide.
yeah, you get something called a Pirana solution. Now, you know why it's called a Pirana solution. So here's the fish Pirana.
In fact, we almost had an overlap. In my drafts, Piranha solution was the first question as I was like, oh, this is exciting. Let's ask.
Oh my God.
But lucky for you, I have scrapped it.
Wow. So still the
Missed it by
overlap
that
counter
much.
is still at zero.
Yes, luckily. Wow. Oh, okay. So yeah, the piranha solution, because it eats up whatever it's supposed to clean. So metal or whatever it's put on, it eats up the thing like a piranha, like how they eat, how they feed. That's why it's called that.
So basically, uh, it's a strong oxidizing agent. So it dissolves and decomposes any organic matter, like how a piranha does. And it causes severe burns on the skin and It can also decompose and dissolve fabric. So since it is such a strong solution, it is named the piranha solution. I'm like, wow, that's some nomenclature there. So yeah, the
Yeah.
connection was from acid to tesa to H2SO4 piranha, and
Wow.
I was like, okay, there is some chain reaction going on there.
So question number 2 for you on the word acid is a bottle which looks like this. Okay, so I have been into skincare for quite a while now, and this is one brand that I want to ask you about. Okay, so some history about this brand is it comes in a very plain looking bottle and only gives you the thing that you've asked for. It doesn't do any, however the Lakmes do. The marketing is very simple and on point. So this is a bottle of hyaluronic acid, which is used for plumping up your skin. And so this is one brand, which is X. Now there is another brand which looks like this. This is
Wow,
also
okay.
hyaluronic acid. Okay. Uh, and the funny story is the rabbit hole here is the business story behind all of this, which I will get into when you guess the two brands. So they are very similar looking. Uh, one hint I can give you here is the white bottle. The one on the left is a Canadian brand. The one on the right, the black bottle, is an Indian brand. So take a shot at guessing the brands.
Hmm. Wow, like again at the outset, what a great connect and such a simple question, but yet so deep. Like just two images, and there is so much more beneath that I can already sense that there is some connection there. But I
Yeah,
have
you're
no
not
clue what
ready. You're not ready for the story behind these two bottles.
I want to dive into it right away, but I have no clue what these brands are. So I'm just going to take a shot. Is this called serum? Something like that.
No, it's Serum is not the name of a brand.
Okay.
I don't know how many skincare brands you would know, but as a hint, I would say think at the basic levels of what you would, like very, very plain these are, right? So think on
Hmm.
those lines. Like any word that can describe this ethos of their design.
Okay. And is the word like connected to skincare or is it more connected to being plain or simple?
Yeah, it's more connected to being plain, simple, and both the brands, the names are related to each other, right? Like both
Okay.
basically mean like very small and very gentle and very like not gaudy at all, basically.
Okay, so I have a weird case because the topic is acid and these brands are very simple uh, per se. Is it called basic?
You have no idea how close you are,
Oh,
but you
is
should
it?
keep going. I
Okay.
mean, it is a
Are they called
synonym.
are
It
they called neutral?
no, going in the wrong direction. But
Okay.
I can say the white bottle is somewhat connected to the word basic, not the property of base, but
Hmm.
the word, the meaning of the word basic. You can think on those lines.
Is it pH?
No, not pH. Um, okay, how else can I? What hint can I give you? Okay, tell me what words come into your mind when you look at the design of these bottles.
Clean,
Okay,
simple.
go on. Okay, one more. You're right there.
It's like small. It's not small, but what I want to say is it's minimal.
And you have the brand on the right. So I'll give it to you. So the first one is called Ordinary, which is like basic, ekdam basic is ordinary. And the one on the right is Minimalist. So these are the two brands which are like capturing a large share in the skincare market right now. So basically, the rabbit hole here is a very, very interesting business case study. In 2020, the brand on the right, Ordinary, started functioning out of warehouses in Canada with a very simple ethos, right? Skincare industry at that time was hugely focused on glamorous branding, white skin, and everything. Whereas the Ordinary said, "Hey, we are only giving you one key ingredient, one active ingredient, which you need to solve your problem, and that's it. Nothing else we are going to provide you. We are just going to make sure that the mixture is stable enough. So if you see here niacinamide or hyaluronic acid that they use, it's just that, right? That was their ethos. Unlike all the other skincare brands like Pond's, Lakme, which put in a lot of chemicals in a single tube, that
Correct.
started getting a lot of traction. it started blowing up. Ki, hey, now this is too transparent. This is amazing and stuff like that. And only a couple of months later, in Jaipur in India, this brand called Minimalist came into being with the exact same design philosophy, right? Like they are like, okay, we are going to keep everything minimal. We are going to just give you the chemical that you've asked for. And even if you see here, this is a screen grab from the Ordinary's website. So it's very clear. It's very clear that it's just focused on one ingredient and being very simple and basic. And this is a screen grab from Minimalist. So again, very similar design concepts and all.
Yep.
Now the business story behind this is Minimalist got acquired by Hindustan Unilever for 300 crore very recently. After which, a lot of stories started coming up that Minimalist actually copied Ordinary. And they had a lot of videos go viral that design philosophy is the same and they're shamelessly copying the other brands and stuff like that. And the owners have not really come out and outright denied it. So tagging another podcaster friend of us, Raj Shamani's podcast had the founder of Minimalist on it. He was asked point blank, did you copy Ordinary, right? But the answer he gave was very evasive in the sense of, hey, our design, like we look up to them, our design philosophies are the same, and we wanted to create something for the Indian skin. That is the gist of what he said. But what is interesting is the approach that they are taking now after the backlash, right? What Minimalist is doing as opposed to Ordinary is that on their social medias, they are educating the people about skincare rather than just promoting their products. They are literally calling on experts and saying what this chemical does, what this does, and everything, which Ordinary is not doing. And now this case has found its way into business school textbooks and is now being taught as how to artistically copy in IITs and IIM textbooks. So that's the story of these two brands.
Wow, such a brilliant run. I mean, this is an extraordinary funda, truly. Not ordinary at all. Nice. So cool.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful. I had no clue about all of this. And I mean, I would love to explore more on the brands, but what a beautiful backstory. And good, I was like somehow able to get close to the answers.
Yeah, the naming is itself, the name of the brands itself is very interesting because all the skincare brands are somehow related to, you getting a fairer skin or something that, helps you achieve a better look. But these guys are like, we are just ordinary, we are very minimalist. And that's how they broke into the market. And just imagine, so Minimalist, for example, had only 30 SKUs when it started out. No big fancy outlets, just focusing on a few simple products. From there, 300 crores of a takeover from HUL is insane.
That's something.
What a story. That's something. And even if you say that, hey, you copied the other brand, which is also owned by Estee Lauder. It's not a small brand.
Okay.
But to take that ethos and to design it for the Indian population itself takes so much work that even if it is copied, they are doing great work. So, I mean, I'm all in for both of these brands.
So good. Wow. Very cool. I think that's a great topic to cover under acid. And I'm liking how distinct our topics are this time. Like,
yeah.
Though we came very close with Piranha, but the other main topics, the main questions are quite diverse. All right, let me go on to my last question. These are bottles of hydrofluoric acid kept in the super lab used by which characters? So on the right, you can see there are bottles of hydrofluoric acid and
Is
used for some
obvious?
specific purpose by these characters. So you need to tell me which characters and or which universe. Yeah, it can be very obvious.
Is it Breaking Bad?
It is Breaking Bad. Well done. So these are the hydrofluoric acid. If you can see here in the bottom of the screen, these are the hydrofluoric acid bottles that they use. So these are used to decompose dead bodies and to take care of the people they killed. So I went into a complete Breaking Bad rabbit hole after this. I mean, it's one of my favorite series ever, and so much more intriguing. And what I went into was this specific episode called Ozymandias. So if you've heard of Ozymandias, I want to just talk about that in this rabbit hole bit. So basically, Ozymandias is the 14th episode of the 5th season of Breaking Bad. It is right now the only episode on IMDb to have a 10 on 10 rating. And this rating is across 272,000 users and ratings. It's voted as the best TV episode ever to air. So, you should watch it if you haven't. So why it's called Ozymandias is basically it's named after this 1880 poem by Percy B. Shelley. Uh, Ozymandias basically refers to this. It's a Greek name for the king Ramesses II. So he was an Egyptian pharaoh, and the interesting thing about Ramesses II is that he was one of the longest ruling monarchs ever to live. Like his reign of 66 years is I think the third or the fourth most longest reign in the history of the universe. Of course, he was the longest ruling pharaoh of Egypt, and uh, his fall is basically depicted in the poem Ozymandias. And the most interesting bit is like there is a very nice reference to his fall. So if you can see in this next image, this is the statue of Ramesses II, and this is how Walter White falls in the last episode. So this is what Vince Gilligan wanted to show when he was showing the fall of the king and all that reference to Ozymandias. So I think a very niche reference, but what an amazingly written episode! What an amazingly performed episode as well and directed as well. So I think this is something that I wanted to just talk about. I think it's if you've not watched Breaking Bad, you should. And when you come to this episode, you should just watch it over and over and over.
No, I love Breaking Bad. I've watched this episode over and over. Like, didn't know the backstories behind this particular scene, but damn,
Yeah,
like, what genius at work, man. Like, deserve 10 on 10.
100%. I mean, it's just I think people compare a lot of episodes from Seinfeld and Grey's Anatomy and all that, but I think this one really stands out. I mean, it truly is like the winner, easy winner by
I
far.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Nothing comes close to the level of drama that's just been shown
Yeah.
here in this episode. And
Yeah.
no spoilers again.
No spoilers.
But
Only
for
thing is
those,
hang ties. Sorry, you can edit this.
I mean, the
Cool.
show
So
has been
yeah,
out for quite a while now. So
if you're not
if that
watched,
was a spoiler,
yeah,
then well,
yeah.
wow,
You should have watched by now.
absolutely. Wow,
So,
that was a acid trip again.
but I think this is my favorite. So yeah, I was saying this is my favorite genre of trivia bits. References. When you reference something, especially maybe not from your category or not from your field, it's just like a cross reference. It is so much amazing to see. So that is why I love Family Guy, Simpsons, South Park, and because they have so many amazing references from various fields. So that's my favorite bit of trivia.
Funny you say that because my next question dives into all of these things and you're
Oh,
gonna
wonderful.
maybe have fun and just how like you wanted to go down a rabbit hole of your favorite shows. I did the same with mine. Question number 3, the last question of the day for you is okay. So again, a callback to one of our previous chats on this episodes is remember how we said that there are Pokemons and their evolutions are according to regions are something different. So I took a cue from that. So this is a Pokemon, one of the original Pokemons, 151 that was created. He is coughing, and he is a poison type Pokemon. And the tie-in to Acid is that one of his attacks is called Acid. So it's a little lateral connect, but that's how we got here.
Very cool.
There is another version of, this Pokemon is called Wheezing, not coughing. Wheezing is the evolved form of coughing. And this is Wheezing is from another region. So a simple question to you is, which region does this variant come from? And when I mean region, you don't need to give me the Pokemon name of it. You can give me the real world name of it.
Wow. And I love how interestingly you have connected this. I have seen this Pokemon, but I didn't know that the attack is called Acid. So such a cool connect there. So the one on the left is coughing and the one on the right is wheezing. Is it?
No, both are wheezing. The one on the left is from Kanto region, which is based on Japan. Okay.
Ah,
One on the right is also wheezing, but from a different region of the world. It is called
okay.
something else in Pokemon terms, but in you need to give me what real life location it is, and it is
So
very obvious from the design. I would say.
yeah, I mean, my first guess would be because looking at the chimney, that's like the hat-like structure, probably England. Like
And that's the
it's
right
English.
answer.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
very
that's
cool. Huh? Nice.
that's as straightforward as that. Yeah. So it's a region called as Galar. The one on the right is a Galarian version of wheezing. That's how what it is known in the shows. And the interesting thing about this Pokemon is in Kanto region on the left, wheezing comes into existence because of the poisonous gases, and it's a representation of air pollution. But in Galar, what it does is that when wheezing comes to Galar, basically it says that, hey, I will purify the air. And it from the mouth it takes poisonous gases, and from the chimney it leaves off pure gases. And that is a difference in the evolution that they have shown. That's something.
Wow. So cool, man. Like I love how you've extrapolated acid to this, and Pokemon universe is so good to explore. You know what? We should do a Pokemon based episode because I mean top of my mind, I can think of so many interesting funda right there. Like for example, I love this question. Like it's my go-to question for Pokemon is which two Pokemons are based of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee.
Yeah. That's Hitmontop and Hitmonlee. Sorry,
Yeah, so
Hitmonchan. Yeah.
Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. So cool. Like this is
It's
again,
so
as I
cool.
said,
It's
so
so
many
cool.
references. So let's do a Pokemon verse quiz soon.
Yes. But the rabbit hole for me doesn't end here. So, firstly, I want to show you some other regional variants that they have come up with. The one on the top is Muck, and uh, the next to it, the rainbow colored one that you see, is um, a Muck from a different region. So, basically,
Oh,
the one Muck is a representation of land waste in Pokemon. That's what the thing is. And the newer one, the regional variant Muck, is basically rainbow colored because of all the technological waste that comes in. So if you go out on the streets and you see a lot of waste, tech waste, you see a lot of oil spills on the road, right? And that gives off a very rainbow chromatic colors. That's what it's being representing.
nice.
The one on the bottom is much more interesting. Okay, this is a Pokemon called Corsola. It's not a part of the original 151, but it's still one of the OGs back in the day. So it basically this Pokemon is based on a coral reef. The name Corsola should give that away. That is the original one is the one on the right, the pink colored one. However, the Galarian version of Corsola is the one on the left, which looks pale and sad and stuff. This is basically a reference to how the coral reefs are dying out because of global warming.
Wow. So interesting. Wow. Brillo. I had no clue
Yeah,
about any characters on this list.
it's totally fine because the next one is gonna be even more deep cut. And right, so this is I am gonna treat this part as a personal fanboying moment right now because this is one of my favorite Pokemons that ever was designed, like design wise. The original Pokemon is called Darkrai, which is the one on the left. Okay, so he is a mythical Pokemon, which they say brings nightmares and darkness and evil stuff. So that is his domain to bring nightmares to people and cause distress and stuff like that. What happened recently, just last week, is that they released a mega evolution version of Darkrai, which is the one shown on the right. So, what I want to go into a little bit here is the design inspiration behind this Pokemon. So Darkrai is the manifestation of nightmares.
Hmm.
Now the word nightmare in itself is such an interesting word because in olden times what we used to think is when we get nightmares is literally a horse coming in the middle of the night and affecting our sleep patterns, which is why nightmare, that is where it comes from. Now, there is a god of nightmares, and a lot of such gods which give you bad thoughts in Greek mythology. So there is Erebus, there is Thanatos, there is Nyx, the goddess of night, and all that stuff. And all of those design inspirations are in this Pokemon. A real world thing that has inspired this Pokemon is, if you see the white hair on Darkrai, right? It looks like a untangled sort of a appendage that is just there.
Yeah.
So what that basically is a reference to this particular phenomenon called a polish plate. Now, what this is that in Victorian era England, or in the Industrial Revolution age, a lot of people worked with machines throughout their day. They didn't get any chance to clean their hair and groom themselves before going to bed, and that is how their head constantly became stuck and untangleable. Like, they could not untangle this hair, and it just became a huge sticky mess. And this
Wow.
phenomena was called a polish plate, and that is what you see in this particular thing.
That is an insanely interesting and amazing deep cut. Wow. Loved it. Wow.
Yeah,
Brillo,
and it's
fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of the best designed Pokemons that I think, because it has connection to all these Greek myths with all the dream eaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then this polish plate concept is just mind blowing. Like, how do you know this?
Yeah. So cool,
It's-
man.
And just this hasn't been confirmed by the Pokemon company because it just came out last week. But the design inspiration behind the Mega version, which is the one on the right, I believe it is a reference to the great horror writer H.P. Lovecraft, with all of his, Cthulhu's and the
Oh,
Eye
yeah,
of
the
Gosoithoth
Cthulhu.
and stuff like that.
Yes.
And it is a proper eldritch horror nightmare film. That's
True,
exactly
man.
what it is. Oh, and
Kick-ass.
while I was just finishing up this whole rabbit hole, is when I found this particular thing, which the viewer should definitely go and try. Like, if you type a name of a Pokemon in Google search, it will give you a small game of you trying to search all Pokemon names and catching them all and going from there.
Hey, so interesting. We should try it out.
Yeah, we should try it
Amazing.
out live.
We should try
So
it
just
out. Yeah.
something light to end this quiz on.
100%.
Yeah, that's been my
But
set.
super trivia, man. What a lovely way to end the quiz.
Oof.
Like, mind blown, amazed. Fantastic.
Yeah, from acid we went to some randomest places, like what? Music, Pokemon.
I mean, I can imagine what kind of effort would have taken for you to get out of that rabbit hole. Like, because once you go in Pokemon Wars, then what is the inspiration? What are the design elements? You are not coming back for at least a couple of hours.
Yeah, exactly. And that is why I think I took time for me to explain this rabbit hole today, because I could not choose what to cut. I had so much content around this.
But great. I think it was super fun, Anurag. Loved the questions, framing it, attempting it. And as always, viewers, thanks for tuning in. We hope you like the amazing rabbit holes we went it. And till next time, as I say always, stay curious. And before that, we have to do one small important thing,
which is to choose the word for the next episode. And
yes.
I think both of us secretly hope that it is kinder to us than
Yes.
acid.
No more acids. Yeah. Man.
No more acids, please. Cool. So should I pull it up?
Yep. Let's go. Let's see what
Let me
we are
open
in
it
for
up.
next episode.
All right. Cool. So 6 words
Okay.
and
Let's
generate.
go.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting. What do you say?
I
like camera.
Oh, yeah. I have 2 words that I was gravitating towards. Deer and camera.
Yeah, even I like deer and camera. But I like camera a little bit more.
Okay. Cool. Then we can go forward with camera and finalize that.
Awesome. I think this was one of the fastest pick we've had. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Say cheese next
Absolutely.
episode.
Ooh, that's the title of the episode again.
Yeah. Awesome. Brillo stuff,
Awesome.
Anurag. Thanks everyone for tuning in and stay curious. Until next time, this is Devin.
And this is Anurag, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.